super sick. And you know what time it is? It's time for Super Big Kid Zone! Today is an extra special super duper trooper episode because today we're reading my book. And you know we're gonna have a cool lesson and an awesome craft. So let's get this super show on the road. Hey guys, I am so excited because today we're reading my book, Super Me, Stephanie and the Magical Bracelet. I wrote this book to inspire other kids like me to not be afraid and to find their superpower within them. So let's jump into the story. Stephanie and her mother were happily discussing their family's upcoming trip to New York City. Stephanie loved to perform, but no one would guess that a video of her dancing would go viral. Over 2 million people all around the world watched, shared, and commented on her joyful video. Stephanie was invited to appear on television, and her family was preparing for the special event. "Are you excited about being on television?" Stephanie's mom asked. "Yes, I am," Stephanie replied. She had always wanted to be on television. Who knew she would realize her dream just by doing what she loved? Stephanie was also a little bit afraid. There were lots of questions swirling around her head. What would appearing on television be like? What if she looked at the wrong camera? Would there be a live audience? She was so caught up in her thoughts she didn't hear her mother speaking to her. "Sorry, Mommy, what did you say?" "I asked if you would go to the mailbox. I'm expecting a package," her mother replied. "Sure." Stephanie smiled at her mom as she headed outside, but thoughts about the upcoming trip still hung over her head. She hoped her excitement would soon overshadow her fear. When Stephanie opened the mailbox, all she saw was an envelope that read, "To Stephanie Cleveland." What could this be? Stephanie thought. She read the rest of the words on the envelope. "P.S. Don't open until you're alone." Stephanie didn't know who sent her the envelope. As she went back inside the house, she called, "Mom, I didn't see your package." She ran upstairs to her room and closed the door. Stephanie paused to catch her breath and then opened the envelope. Inside was a beautiful beaded bracelet. She put the bracelet on her wrist and immediately began to feel drowsy. Stephanie climbed onto her bed and went to sleep. When she woke up, she was no longer at home on her bed. Stephanie had been transported to what appeared to be a magical world. She was sitting in a lush green field, and there were colorful flowers all around. Soft grass tickled her fingertips. She stood up and looked around. Her eyes grew wide, and her mouth dropped open. "Where am I?" she thought. "How did I get here?" Suddenly, she felt someone touch her shoulder. Startled, she exclaimed, "Who are you?" Standing before her was a very tall, beautiful woman. She stood in an orb of light with long, flowing curls and an elegant gown blowing in the wind. "My name is Jessica," the woman said. "I am the fairy princess and protector of this land." "Where am I?" Stephanie asked. She marveled at the woman who replied, "You're in the land of Entrancia." Stephanie's eyes filled with wonder as she quickly asked, "What is Entrancia? Do you know who gave me this bracelet? Who brought me here?" Jessica offered a calming smile. Then she looked concerned. "Oh, child, I sent you the bracelet because I need your help. Actually, all of Entrancia needs your help." Stephanie's eyes grew wide once again. She didn't know what to think. "Why would anyone need my help?" she thought. "Entrancia is a land of love and hope," said Jessica. For many years we have lived in peace, but recently 5 strange monsters appeared. Each one represents a negative emotion: fear, hate, jealousy, sadness, and selfishness. The monsters try to steal your happiness by overwhelming you with one of these dreadful emotions. They're growing stronger. Now the monsters are looking for new lands to terrorize, like Earth. I know I cannot protect both lands on my own, so I have been searching for someone with a compassionate heart, generous spirit, and courageous joy to help me. I have traveled near and far, but no one seemed right until I saw you. Jessica's eyes filled with tears. I watched you dance and felt the power of your joy. Now it's time to use that power to protect your land. The fairy princess told Stephanie the bracelet would help her defeat each monster and capture them within individual stones. You can help me capture them for good, Stephanie exclaimed. Oh, please, Stephanie, will you say yes? Will you help me? Stephanie looked down at the ground as her fear grew. She was just a little girl. How could she help anyone? Yet, for some reason, she wanted to help the fairy princess. Stephanie took a deep breath, looked up at Jessica with pride, and answered, "Yes, I will help you." Inside, she was terrified. "Thank you so much," said Jessica. "This is all we need for now. It's time I let you go. Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell anyone about the bracelet, me, or Entrancia. Not just yet." "Okay, but how will I find these monsters?" asked Stephanie. "Now that you have the bracelet, they will find you," Jessica replied. With those parting words, the fairy princess waved goodbye as she faded into the scenery of the forest. Before Stephanie could say another word, she woke up in her bed. Maybe this was all a dream, but if so, why did she still have the bracelet? She examined the beautiful ornament on her wrist. Suddenly, there was a loud, pounding noise coming from outside. Stephanie opened her bedroom door and called out, "Mom, do you hear that noise?" "Hear what, Stephanie?" Her mother couldn't hear the sound. "Never mind. It must be nothing." She looked out the window and gasped. Outside was a creature who looked like a giant bug. Could this be one of the monsters Jessica had warned her about? Timidly, Stephanie went downstairs to investigate. "Mom, can I go outside for a few minutes?" "Sure, sweetie, but stay in front of the house." She stepped outside, ran to the end of the driveway, and looked in the direction of the loud noise. Stephanie was face to face with the Beady Bug monster. This monster was drawn to fear, just as the fairy princess had warned. Stephanie's own fear had led the Beady Bug right to her. Stephanie was so afraid she began running in the opposite direction, down the street, instead of going back inside the house. Immediately, she could feel the monster running after her. She turned around and began running back toward her home. But now, she was running toward the monster. She wasn't going to make it home. She knew what she needed to do. Stephanie had to face the monster and her fears. She stopped running and planted her feet. The bracelet began to glow, and she realized she was no longer wearing her regular clothes. Stephanie was a real superhero. Suddenly, in spite of her fear, she felt courageous. She threw out her arms and braced herself. The bracelet glowed even brighter on her wrist. Stephanie began to think of all the people she loved. She thought of her parents, family, friends, teachers, and neighbors. She had to protect them. As her heart swelled with love, she screamed, "I'm not afraid of you!" As she said those words, beams of light burst from her hands and struck the monster. The beady bug let out a painful screech and faded into a cloud of dust. Staring in amazement, Stephanie put her arms down. Did she really just do that? She defeated the monster. She conquered her fear. A small note and a pink stone appeared on the ground near her feet. She bent down and picked them up. The note read, "I knew you were the right person. You have faced fear head on and shown your courage. I'm proud of you. Love, Jessica. P.S. I hope you like your outfit too." Stephanie smiled because she was proud of herself as well. She had not allowed fear to win. As she walked inside the house, her clothes magically changed back into her t-shirt and jeans. Her mom asked, "Did you enjoy your time outside, sweetie?" "Yes, I did," Stephanie replied. She had never felt so strong and brave. "I'm glad," said her mother. "Why don't you head upstairs and get ready for dinner? Your father will be coming back soon." Stephanie went upstairs to wash her hands for dinner. She placed the pink stone and the note safely in her desk drawer. Then she turned to see her superhero outfit hanging neatly inside her closet. "Thank you, Jessica." After dinner, Stephanie got ready for bed. She brushed her teeth, changed into her pajamas, and climbed under the covers. Her mother and father came to tuck her in and kiss her goodnight. "Good night, Stephanie. Have fun dreaming about the adventures you'll have in New York." "Good night, Mommy and Daddy," said Stephanie. If you only knew, she thought as she drifted off to sleep. Stephanie was ready to conquer the rest of the monsters, and she couldn't wait to be on television without fear. The end. Wasn't that a great, encouraging story? I love the part when she conquers her fears. What was your favorite part? That's a cool part too. Stephanie reminds us to always be ourselves, and just by being you, you can change the world. But you know what time it is. It's lesson time. Expert Ella, can you help me out? Oh, hey guys. I was just doing some research on superheroes. Not like Batman or Superman or Superwoman, but daily superheroes, like you and me, doing really cool things in the world. But let's get to today's lesson. When you think of a superhero, what comes to mind? Someone with incredible strength or amazing powers. Someone who isn't afraid of anything. Well, did you know that you can be a superhero even if you don't have those characteristics? It's true. You are super just by being you. Your presence makes the world a better place. And when you show love to others, give freely, and stand up for what's right, you show people how to be super too. Even facing your own fears, like Stephanie did in the story we read today, is an example of being super even when you're afraid. Everyone has something that makes them super, and Artsy Alice has a craft that will help you remember yours every day. Hey Alice, you're up! Hey guys, it's me, Artsy Alice. Do you notice anything different about me? That's right! I got a new bracelet. Speaking of bracelets, that's our craft for today. We are going to be making a super bracelet. Here's what you'll need. Elastic string, colorful beads, letter beads, and scissors. So let's get started! First, you're going to take your elastic string and some scissors and cut a piece long enough to fit your wrist. I've already cut a piece for me right here. Next, you're going to open your colorful beads and your letter beads. Remember how in the book Stephanie had a magical bracelet? Well, we're going to make our bracelet super too. Think about something that makes you super. What do you love most about yourself? Use the letter beads to spell out that word. My word is creativity. Now let's thread our word onto our elastic string. When you're done, it should look like this. Now we can thread colorful beads on either side. But first, I have a joke for you. What is Aquaman's favorite bird? Seagulls! Oh my gosh, get it? Because he's Aquaman and he lives in the sea. Never mind. Back to the craft. As you can see, I have my colorful beads, and I'm going to thread them on either side of my super word. And there you have it, your very own super bracelet. Make sure you ask a parent or an adult to help you tie it on. But wait, there's a bonus activity. Go into the description of this video to get your very own Super You worksheet. You write your name, what your superpower is, and you can draw a picture of you using your superpower. I wrote that my superpower is crafting and making people laugh at my jokes. Most of the time. And I'm using my superpower by fighting bad guys with my super paintbrush. Oh my gosh, what an amazing episode. Did you enjoy reading my book? I know I did. If you want your own copy of Super Me, Stephanie and the Magical Bracelet, watch till the end of the video or go into the description below for all the details. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you guys next time. Super Sid out.